The newly passed federal budget package brings sweeping tax changes with big implications for Texas restaurants and the more than 1 million Texans they employ. From business owners to hourly servers, the legislation promises relief, but not all benefits are built to last. Joining us now, we have Kelsey Erickson Stroyfert, the Chief Public Affairs Officer for the Texas Restaurant Association. She's going to break down what's good, what's temporary, and more importantly, what it means for our community. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
So let's start with the workers. So this bill allows tipped and hourly restaurant employees to deduct thousands in tips and also overtime from taxable income. So those benefits, I should say, expire in 2028. So let's talk about how big this is for workers now and then what happens when it expires.
Absolutely. We are very excited to see our workers benefit from this tax savings. They work incredibly hard. They earn that tip income. And so to be able to keep more of that hard-earned income in their pockets for their families is going to be a huge benefit and a huge benefit to our industry. We like to say you can't have a successful restaurant without successful employees. And so we want to make sure that they're not only financially sound, but they're able to really invest and strengthen their own family with that income.
You're saying successful employees, but also happier employees, right?
Yes.
You always want happier employees because happier employees do a better job and they would feel like they're getting more money. What happens though when that goes away?
So that's something we're going to have to work on, right? And many of the tax benefits that were in this package were temporary before, and we just made permanent. So I think we have a great roadmap ahead of us in terms of let's see how no tax on tips, no tax on overtime works. We've never really done that before. So let's see how it works. Let's get the details right, and then let's go back and either make it permanent or tweak it to make sure it's having the desired result.
That's a good point. So under the bill, restaurant owners get a permanent 20% tax deduction. So let's talk about what this really could mean for the restaurant industry in Texas. 20%, that's a lot.
That's right. So the vast majority, about 9 in 10 restaurants are small businesses. Your local mom and pop, your taqueria, your barbecue restaurant, and many of those companies are set up like pass-through businesses. So think like an LLC. And so that 20% tax break allows them to pass that income through. And more importantly, it lets them reinvest, right? We know about a third of Texas restaurants were not profitable in 2024 last year. So this tax relief is coming at the perfect time, and that money is going to be reinvested in our local workforce, our local communities, and our local small businesses.
That leads to my last question, because I was going to ask if restaurants, what are you hearing from local restaurants? Are they going to reinvest, maybe hire more, or are they rising costs and workforce shortages? Is that still holding them back? Or are you hearing, hey, this is promising, we might be able to hire more or make some changes?
All of the above. You know, Texas's strength is also our greatest challenge. We're growing, right? We've got more people coming here by the day, more mouths to feed. But that also means we need to hire up so that we can meet that demand. And at the same time, costs are still high on food and gas and insurance and everything else. So this relief comes at the perfect time, and we have no doubt it's going to be reinvested in our communities so that all of Texans benefit.
It has to be some good news for restaurants, and they can do what they want or what they can or what they need, because everybody's different, right?
Absolutely, that's right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate your time.